special guests in the studio, D.T and Candy.
Yeah.
You know what? They're already making a certain Mr. Flexer. He come in the studio, yeah. He big up his chest as well, you know. He's like, who's this? I play. But you know what? He's gonna clash D.T and Candy and the singing, you know. He's ready, you know. He's ready.
He's amped. But is Jodeci going on in the next room and that?
No, we'll come to that. But first of all, let me start off with the origin of D.T and Candy. Before people are wondering what the hell I was talking about before, when I mentioned about certain school kids, like looking like they're 30 like, describe to them what I was saying and how you got started as D.T and Candy.
Basically, started way back. Go fly down to Northampton on a Wednesday night because he was banging down there all the time.
Okay.
And me and the boys and that, we'd fly down there and he was like, yo, let me roll with you. I was like, and then my boy too, he was like, yeah, make him come. So we flew down to Northampton, bro. Listen, because obviously they knew us down there, so we just walked straight in. Yeah. And everyone would be like, the twins are here. One girl goes to me, she goes, listen, can you set me up with your brother?
Wow.
I goes, how old are you, darling? She's 24. I was like, geezer's 15, bro. Going to school on Thursday morning and that, bro.
See, when they're raving at about, and then you go straight to school the next morning.
Yeah, man.
That's a madness.
Terrible, isn't it?
Madness. And I must say, any kids listening to New Star Radio 98.7,
education first. Education first.
GCSEs, all that business, get your A stars.
I'll be honest, Candy was hard at work in school and he did the job.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Obviously, it never came out all the time. It was just like once in a blue moon, like, and that was it. Like.
So how did you balance that with school and because was you in college at the time?
Yeah, well, I was doing music, college, football, everything.
So how did you balance that at such a young age as well? Because I remember, like, I didn't even start DJing. I wasn't really into music. I just remember back in the day watching MTV Bass. I think it was when it just started. Yeah. And to see someone from Birmingham on MTV Bass, like, that was a big thing because you won the, was it the Hugo Boss ceremony?
Yeah.
How did that feel, all of that fame coming at that time, being at such a young age?
To be honest with you, it happened before that. I mean, we were on tours with Jagged Edge, Bobby Valentino, Loon, Joe, Tyrese, Glenn Lewis, Kanye West and stuff like that.
Jeez.
So we kind of got used to, I mean, as I says, we grew up in music.
Yeah. So
our family, we got a lot of people that are in the industry that, I won't mention no names, but those of you out there that know who our family members are, they're out there and mainstream artists. Okay. And so we grew around it. We grew up, you know, in the church, around music, so performing, singing and that wasn't a problem. You know, I had an opportunity. I was about to be signed by Island Records as a soloist. Candy was also playing for Aston Villa at that age as well. Okay. So it was learning to juggle it, but it was about being level-headed. You know, and we grew up in the inner city. People like to say the ghetto, the urban areas. But so it was like always having these people around us, these dedicated and loyal people that kept us grounded. So we never got big-headed. It was just simple. It was just when we hit the stage, it was like.
Showtime.
Showtime.
Did you get nervous when you was first performing, or was it that adrenaline rush that just had you there?
Adrenaline, yeah. Because we do psych ourselves up before, like, we go on stage. And
do you have any routines or anything before you go out?
You know what?
Now, I have to be honest. I like a little sip of a drink, you know.
Okay.
Like I drink like Coke and just like Coca-Cola, or I'll have something just really fizzy. Give me a bit of sugar in that.
Sugar level.
And then we'll always pray before we go on stage.
Start,
Give each other a hug and just say, yo, you're a star. You're a star.
Let's
go and do this. You know what I mean? So,
one thing I have to ask as well, it's quite rare to find UK black male singers. So what put you on the singing end as opposed to the MCing end?
Probably, to be honest, for me, probably blatantly church.
Yeah.
Church, yeah?
Yeah.
That's where so you know that proper soulful type of singing.
Yeah.
So it all came from the church.
Definitely. And one of my bigger brothers always, like, he introduced us to hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
And he introduced us to Tupac, and
always
on Tupac's tracks, if you notice, Casey and Jojo were always on their tracks, and Danny Boy. So we was just like, we love Tupac, favorite artist of all time, but it was just like, what's that sound in the background?
Yeah.
And that just made our ears stand on end, and we was just like, yo, that's what we need to do.
Okay, that's deep, man. That's deep. But what other influences other than Tupac have you found? Have you found influences from other genres as well that you like to put in your music?
Yeah, we find many influences from many different genres. You have to be eclectic and like be open to like experiencing and experimenting with new sounds, new styles. That way you kind of create your own sound.
Like we got a track called "Kick Myself Again."
Okay.
And it's kind of a Rat Pack kind of feel.
Oh yeah,
so it's
like
very like
Frank Sinatra
that kind of feel. We love, like, I listen to a lot of indie artists, alternative that people don't know of, like, Temper Trap, Mike Snow, my boy Kai, Diagram of the Heart. Listen to The Script, Ed Sheeran, James Morrison. We listen to everything, bro. Everything.
Now with you as well, you got signed at a very young age. How would you describe it? Would you call that a blessing, or would you say it was a curse?
The deal for me didn't go through due to life experiences and certain things that were happening as I was younger.
Yeah.
For me, I look at it as, I don't want to say it was a blessing, and I don't want to say it was a curse. I'd say it was an experience, a learning experience, because it kind of made myself see that you kind of need to be in tune. You kind of also need to give thanks and know that, you can't do things on yourself. There is someone higher. For me, there's someone higher. God's always in control of everything for us, do you know what I mean? And I think that's the same for Candy when he's playing football and stuff. So.
Okay. Now with you coming from Birmingham as well, are there any other Birmingham artists you love to big up, or any that you're listening and feeling at the moment?
Right now, we've been working with, we've just started working with a producer called CRT.
Yeah, man. Bad boy.
He's got some fire right
Bad
there.
boy. Lady Leisha, big up Owls. All day, every day. Malik, fully sick. K Ryder.
Yeah.
There's just so much. GT, big up GT as well. Isis, she's back on the block as well. So yeah, man, there's enough talent out there right now.
That's big. And one thing for people that do not remember, D.T and Candy were special guests on the industry showcase at the time as well. How did you find that experience? Because it was like the big surprise comeback to a lot of people in Birmingham. How did you find it?
How did you find it?
I loved it. I loved the feeling. I loved the vibe. I loved everything. I mean,
did you like the fact that something like that, where we had people from the industry there, everybody was mingling the scene in Birmingham, you don't get that as much. It's always London-based.
That made a big difference.
Yeah.
You don't get that in Birmingham at all. You see that like in London and stuff at like close parties, but I was just so grateful. Like as I came in, when I was like, Smooth, thank you for that. I said to Shanti, I was like, thank you for that. This guy, Candy, was just like, bro, yo, we need to get back on it, bro. Because I'm gassed. Listen, we was being interviewed by, was it 33 TV?
Yeah.
And Els was on stage, and she's performing. I'm not even paying attention, I'm skanking to what she says. But it was amazing. It was amazing, man.
There's too much talent in Birmingham, and they're not getting catered to enough.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't want to cut the interview. We're gonna have a little break from the interview because we're gonna go into your track. Would you like to introduce it and we'll play it, then we'll come back and you're gonna bless it with a cappella, yeah?
Nah, we will. Go on, yeah.
What you charging me? Would you like to introduce your track and then we'll play it straight away?
Yeah, go on, Candy.
Yeah, this next track is called Weekend Fever.
Featuring JR.
Yes.
Bam.